Welcome, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Andrea Mierda-Thon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've got some people that are possibly going to show up here and discuss some things with us. We're going to talk about Andrea, Howie Hawkins, campaign manager. We're going to look at some of the things that people have said about her, where they've uh, uh, telling their history or their experience. And let's just get into it. Andrea is, again, Howie Hawkins' campaign manager, and she is the rot of the Green Party. Anyone that has dealt with her knows that she is not a very nice person, and that's a very, very easy, nice way to even say that. So thank you so much for joining in. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Now, I wanted to start with uh, a something that Gary Swing wrote. So Gary Swing was a part of the Colorado Green Party, and what happened is that Andrea pretty much destroyed the Ohio Green or not Ohio, the Colorado Green Party, and purged a bunch of people, and pretty much created this whole new toxic culture that is now gone on to national, and now it's engaged in rigging the primary because they've organized this, and this is going to be interesting. So let's just look at this. Let's do it. Let's go through it. So Gary Swing wrote this in the Green Party of the United States issue and discussion group. The main thread of my commentary of how the Green Party of Colorado became deeply corrupt, authoritarian, I can't even say that, government by the worst or at least principled people. Green Party authoritarianism. I wrote this commentary in response to Josh Jones's editorial, authoritarianism is the opposite of grassroots democracy. I am a revolutionary. My life is dedicated to freeing the people. Green Party authoritarianism. There we go. Damn. According to Josh Jones, a Bernie Sanders campaign activist who ran as a 2018 Green Party candidate for governor of California, authoritarianism is the opposite of the left. Did I miss something here? Am I reading this twice? He goes on with his name. Taking the great leap forward behind the Iron Curtain along with the shining path through the red, terror-killing fields of the Gulag and the Green Party of Colorado purges. Josh Jones made the bizarre assertion that the Green Party cannot and will never be authoritarian. Two of our most basic principles are grassroots democracy and decentralization. As a 7-time Green Party candidate, as a former state co-chair of Colorado's Green Party, and as someone who identified as green for more than 30 years, I can testify from personal experience that Josh Jones' assertion is absolutely false. The Green Party began as a political alliance of environmentalists and peace activists that claimed to be neither left nor right. In practice, the Green Party has failed to live up to the values it advocates. Political parties tend to become corrupt. One of the world's most successful Green parties in Germany abandoned its professed belief in nonviolence when it formed a red-green coalition to join the government. Green Party leader Joschka Fischer, who was described as Germany's most popular political leader, became the vice chancellor and foreign minister of Germany. Under his leadership, the overwhelmingly majority of Germany's Green Party delegates and members of parliament voted to support NATO's war crimes against the people of Yugoslavia and Afghanistan. In 2001, more than 2/3 of German Green Conference delegates voted to commit German soldiers to war for the first time since World War II. Colorado's Green Party has become absolutely corrupt and authoritarian. It has been taken over by a totalitarian faction that operates through hate speech, character assassination, bullying, intimidation, suppression of dissent, and concentration of authority. We see this is happening. Junta, that is currently doing business under the name Green Party of Colorado, has systematically violated and rewritten party bylaws to exclude as many people as possible from participating in Green Party activities. discussions, and decision-making, concentrating power into the hands of a small cabal under the authoritarian leadership of a corrupt demagogue. Out of Colorado's 6 recognized political parties, the Green Party is the only party operating on a pay-to-play basis. Under the dues-paying requirements established by the Denver Green Party, fewer than 1 out of 100 registered Green Party members in Denver is eligible to vote on nomination of the party's candidates, the election of its officers, bylaws, or political positions. Voting membership requires a minimum of $5 a month due, $60 a year, or a waiver granted at the discretion of party officers. Adjusted for inflation, these dues are more than 3 times higher than the poll taxes that Louisiana instituted under its Jim Crow laws to deter poor people from voting. Pay-to-play rules have been extended to the state party. The right of any registered Green Party member to vote at state party meetings has been revoked, restricting voting rights to members of the cabal who exercise absolute control over the state party's council. Colorado's Green Party discussion forums are strictly censored, with zero tolerance of dissent from the views of Andrea Mierda, who simultaneously occupies the offices of the Denver Green Party co-chair, Colorado Green Party co-chair, and National Green Party co-chair. Andrea installed herself as a delegate to the National Green Party by having an elected national delegate expelled from the right to participate in party activities. Andrea and her cronies determine who can view, post, and comment on official Green forums with zero tolerance of dissent. They control who is allowed to speak, what they are allowed to say, and what terminology they are allowed to use to express their views. This controlling faction has systematically purged dissenters from the right to attend Green Party meetings, vote on party business, or seek the Green Party's nomination for any office. Past Green Party candidates who were nominated for state or federal office in 2012, 2014, and 2016 have been banned from participating in the party. Local chapters representing 4 out of Colorado's 10 most populous counties have been expelled from representation in the state's Green Party. The ruling state party, junta, has sought to destroy the reputations of anyone who has dared to criticize the authoritarianism of the state party's tin-pot dictatorship. Colorado's Green Party has nominated candidates for every general election since 1994. 2018 was the first time that Colorado's Green Party failed to nominate any candidates to the ballot for state or federal office due to deliberate obstruction of open and democratic process within the party. Nevertheless, 7 Greens filed as write-in candidates for Congress to protest the authoritarianism and corruption of the state party. Some members of Colorado's Green Party who were concerned about creeping authoritarianism, hate speech, and systematic violation of bylaws within the state Green Party compiled an extensive complaint which they submitted to the National Green Party seeking a redress of grievances. Other party members co-signed the complaint. 15 of the Colorado Green Party members who signed this complaint were subsequently banned from participating in the state Green Party. So see restoregreenvalues.org. That shit is completely, they went really deep. 16 months after this complaint was submitted to the Green Party's National Accreditation Committee, a subcommittee consisting of all members who were on the committee at the time of the complaint was ruled in favor of the plaintiffs. However, in the meantime, Andrea and her supporters had packed the committee with their allies, increasing the number of committee members from 8 to 49, thereby obstructing action to redress the grievances of Colorado Green Party members. The subcommittee report stated, the GPCO respondents dealt with the RGV complaint by revoking the rights of participation of the RGV associated GP Colorado members, stating that the reason for the revocations was because they filed a grievance. This is a violation of the key value of the grassroots democracy. In a democracy, many ideas and stances are entertained and considered. The substance of the complaint is immaterial to this concern. We use 10 key values to guide our work. These values may inform our platform, but they do not completely eliminate differences. The value of respecting diversity refers to respecting a diversity of ethnic and class backgrounds and experiences, as well as ideas associated with these experiences. The members who were ousted from participation in the Green Party of Colorado were recognized GP candidates. They had served the party leader in party leadership roles, and one was voted state party chair by fellow members. The revocations were clearly personal attacks in retaliation to their raising the point of concern regarding bylaws, violations, and exclusionary practices. Escalation of actions by the Colorado respondents have resulted in alienation of a significant group of experienced and active members, exclusion of members from state meetings, abusive control of access to state website discussion boards, concentration of state offices in a small group, manipulation of locals allowed to vote, violation of the letter and spirit of state bylaws, silencing and purging of members, and refusal to participate in conflict resolution in good faith. The manner and scale are unprecedented in the history of the GPUS and will result in further difficulties and embarrassment for the National Party. Ain't that the fucking truth? What remains of the Green Party of Colorado as an organization today is diametrically opposed to the values that the Green Party claims to represent. It is unworthy of anyone's support or participation. Eric Mazel, writing in Psychology Today, described what you can expect from authoritarian. The following excerpts quoted from that article typify the Green Party of Colorado's current leadership. The central truth about an authoritarian is that he or she is coming from a place of hatred. Because they are full of hatred, authoritarians need to punish others. Authoritarians want their victims to fear them. Authoritarians who may or may not have any personal interest in abiding by rules, love rules, or other people. The more toxic and unclear the rules, the better. Unclear rules and the least possible to follow. I can't even say that. Such rules are inevitably broken, opening the door to punishment for rule breaker. For an authoritarian, the rules are there to be broken, so that punishment can follow. Authoritarians, in part, to explain themselves, their bottomless reservoir of hate, act as if they are being continually threatened and endangered. They see enemies everywhere, including, and often especially, in former friends. Authoritarians have little regard for truth. If your agenda is to punish others because you are filled with hatred and anger, the truth of any particular matter is a mere inconvenience. The hatred and punishment authoritarian agenda produces a person who takes pleasure in cruelty and who regularly shames, derides, and ridicules their current targets. To control is not enough. To win is not enough. To dominate is not enough. None of that is experienced as enough. The authoritarian wants you harmed and diminished. Since nothing feels quite as bad as shame, it is shame especially that the authoritarian wants you to feel. So Gary goes into this and whatnot. So let's just take this off for a second. First things first. So Gary Swings, part of Ohio. Why do I keep saying Ohio? Because it's all connected. Because I'm thinking of Anita Rios, another corrupt co-chair, another toxic and corrupt person. So right there, I mean, this is a very light conversation right here, and I know I'm kind of long-winded, but when you guys see the restoregreenvalues.org and how in depth that they've gone into explaining how corrupt and toxic Andrea is, you guys are going to be blown away. And see, here's the thing: it's one thing to say, okay, well, I'll listen to this, but every fucking person is saying the same thing about this woman. And why does she keep getting rewarded with these positions? Why do they allow this type of attitude and this type of behavior, this type of corruption to go on? Why is that? And I'm going to answer that real quick. That's because Andrea is just is corrupt just like the rest of them, and our party wants to play the two-player game in its own little bubble. So they can't call Andrea out because Andrea is doing the same thing that the Jill Steinwing's doing, Lisa Savage, and all these people that they're using our party's resources to promote their own shit and do what they want to do because they want the paycheck, they want the money. and however you want to say it, you qualify, legitimize your organization, and then you have the party use its influence to promote it. You're getting bread coming through things. Look at Howie Hawkins. They raised $200,000. The only way that we're going to raise $200,000 is with the party's resources, with all these people in place, creating this false narrative that Howie Hawkins is the founder of the party. He's not the founder of the party. He did not find the party. He did not think of the party. He did not create shit. He has not created shit. He is nothing but a parrot. He parrots anything and everything he can in order to put into this political, thing. That's what it is. So, let's go into. So before we can go into something else, but I just want to stay on topic here. Well, it's all Andrea, but let's just do a couple more things. Not sure what anybody's doing. Anybody wants to come in? Here in a second, we can open up the floor and ask questions and stuff. So here we go. So this is just recent, April 20th here. So the results of the GP Colorado presidential primary and delegate selection. So Harry Hempy shared this in the Colorado Greens open discussion group, and he says, "I am Harry Hempy, a registered voter in Colorado affiliated with the Green Party. I voted in the 2020 Green Party of Colorado presidential primary that ended on April 17, 2020 at 11:45 p.m. This is my account of the virtual meeting held on April 18, 2020 in order to certify the results of the primary and to select delegates to the GPUS presidential nominating convention to be held on July 12th, which I think it's 11. The meeting was started shortly after 10 a.m. on Zoom, meeting ID, co-hosted by state co-chair Andrea and Linda Templin from the RCV for Colorado, who presented the results. The meeting could not conduct business because it failed to meet quorum requirements, just as the attempt to have a GP Colorado annual meeting in 2019 failed to meet quorum requirements. So the result of this election could not be certified, and delegates to the GPUS convention could not be selected. The number of attendees was not announced, but the failure to meet quorum was obvious. The following people participated in the meeting: the GPCO officers Andrea and Sierra Garcia, from Denver County, Linda Templin, tabulator Desmond Wallington, and Jason Justice. From Boulder County, Harry Hempy. Other than state party officials and election result presenters, only Jason Justice and I attended the meeting. As far as I could tell, no one else was in attendance. So the meeting became an informal presentation by Linda Templin on the method used to apportion the Colorado delegates among GP presidential candidates. The method used a different formula for threshold percentages than is specified in the procedures and guidelines. The results were retabulated after the meeting ended. The revised results were posted on the Colorado website in a proposal that the council certified the results. Co-chair Mierda stated that since the state party could not be convened, state council would certify the results instead of the state secretary. State secretary would develop a process for selecting delegates in the absence of a state meeting at a later time. These are gross violations of the procedure for selecting a presidential slate, which requires delegate selection to be done in a state meeting. Council does not have the authority to certify election results or select delegates to the GPUS convention, but it has become common practice for the council to act in violation of the bylaws, procedures, and guidelines, and retroactively amend bylaws and procedures to conform to the council's actions. Amendments passed by state council are never ratified at a state meeting in violation of the bylaws. The reported uncertified results of the primary virtual primaries as follow: 4 for Howie, 2 for Dario, and 1 uncommitted. Voter turnout, less than 0.5% of eligible voters. Oh, I thought it was 49, but it was only 49 votes cast and over 10,000 registered Greens. Think about that. 46 people casted the votes, and there's 10,000 registered Green. Wild, wow. Election irregularity. No one was supposed to view voted ballots until after close of voting at 11:45 April 17th, but a ballot was apparently opened by an election administrator at 7:21 p.m. April 17 as shown in the voter status log. A rush of ballots were submitted in the afternoon and early evening of April 17, and the administrator may have wanted to take a peek to see what was happening. It is very possible that the administrator viewed the ballots submitted at 6:17 p.m. because the administrator apparently logged on to the election system at 6:28. This incident needs to be investigated. Did someone look at a voted ballot prematurely? Who did it? For what purpose? Finally, it's concerning that other than the state party officials who attended the April 18th meeting, the Denver local chapter was the only active chapter represented at the meeting. Why did no one from the Adams County, Arapahoe County, Poudre Valley, Larimer County, Mesa County, or Longmont chapters other than state officers attend? A boycott of the meeting was likely organized to avoid having a state meeting. State Council, under co-chair Merida's leadership, has used boycotts in the past to defeat proposed state party resolutions. A prime example is a state council resolution in 2016 to endorse a Colorado ballot measure for an universal health care payment system in Colorado that was defeated because several local chapters refused to cast votes, resulting in lack of quorum for a decision, which was odd that she would do that. Further evidence that state party leaders knew in advance election results would not be certified nor delegates selected at the meeting. And this invitation on the Colorado's Facebook to the April 18th meeting created at 11:26 p.m. April 17th, the night before the meeting. The invitation states, "We will announce the results of the primary and lay out our next steps for delegates, etc. A more complete meeting will be announced soon." What better way to block selection of delegates at a state meeting than to organize a boycott? The Green Party of Colorado has lost several local chapters since 2017 under Andrea Mierda-Thon's tenure as state co-chair. Chapters representing Boulder, Gilpin, Broomfield, El Paso, San Miguel, Jefferson, Douglas, Ouray, and Weld counties have disassociated from the state party, leaving only 6 local chapters actively participating in the state party organization. Loss of majority of Colorado's GP local chapters, dismal turnout in the online primary, less than 0.5%, declining number of registered Green Party voters since 2016, and a failure, intentional or otherwise, to fill a quorum for the state nominating meeting are reasons to question the viability of the Green Party in Colorado. Can the state party organization realistically claim to be working in the interest of the Colorado Greens? GP Colorado co-chair Andrea and H2 No campaign manager Andrea clearly intended to select Colorado's delegates to the GPUS presidential nominating convention without a state nominating meeting, in gross violation of the bylaws and procedures. The resulting delegation from Colorado will be illegitimate and should not be seated at the GPUS convention. GPUS convention officials need to be informed of these violations. An alternative delegation to the GPUS National Convention that better represents Colorado Greens could be selected with the help of local GP chapters that have disassociated from GP Colorado. The alternative delegation could stand a chance of being credentialed at the GPUS convention in preference to the state council's delegation. So let's stop there. So she, I mean, look at Colorado. I mean, that says a lot about Colorado, right? That says a lot about her leadership. And now you're seeing that the steering committee is trying to put this thing through where the steering committee can go in and do a 2/3 vote or whatever to fill all these vacancies without going through national, which is a corrupt way to do it. I mean, are you guys seeing a pattern? You guys seeing a pattern? You know, I know I cuss. I know that my approach is not always a soft approach and in a nice format. But I mean, both of these cats have mapped it out really well to say this is what's going on. This is dirt, and this right here, this is this primary season. Think about that. Over 10,000 people that are registered in Colorado, but 46 voted. Only 46. And Andrea has the audacity and to talk shit about anybody not getting signatures. Anybody, I mean, you can't say shit. You're destroying the party, and you are. It's sweet, sweet, whatever it's called, to see this happen. Let me check some comments. Let's see if anybody has anything to say here. You haven't seen any Lisa Savage signs. See, Lisa Savage, it's not about getting the signs. It's about raising fucking money. Go look up Lisa Savage's campaign. David Doonan, David Schwab. I mean, that's Jill Stein's whole protege, right? And you know, if you put Jill Stein and her up together, they look identical. There's a certain demographic that they're going for because they're using this roster. They're using the resources and pumping it out, qualifying, and they're not even running it through the party. Now she's endorsed by the party, but she's not a Green Party member. She's not running Green Party. We got 40,000 Greens registered in Maine, but you can't get 2,000 signatures from the Green Party? Really? All right. Once again, the new one co-opted. Yep, they co-opt. This is what they do. Co-opt the Greens. This is the whole game. It's the whole hustle. I know this. Listen, it's boring as fuck because this is fucking Andrea. Let me find. I really want to go into this one where Andrea was caught using the funds. That's the good one right there. Let me just find it. Andrea was misspending our tax money. I mean, what do you know? I mean, I don't know what people in this party thinks is going to happen when you have toxic and corrupt people and doing stuff like this. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And obviously, they don't care. They don't care. Because they want to, and here's the thing, that's the thing, is they say that they want to protect. They want to protect the Green Party. They don't want anybody to hurt it. That's the whole point. Is it's not the Green Party that they're worried about. They're worried about their fucking hustle. Because anybody says, oh, we're just a small party, but they're making fucking money. 1,000 people giving $100 is $100,000. This is a fucking hustle. And they need, it's not even direct. Remember, they take the party and they use the party to qualify their candidates that they pick. They qualify and legitimize their organizations. Understand, that's the hustle of politics. That's why people go get, they get their lobbyists, they get them in, and when they get in, they direct resources through their way. It's a contracts and it's the hustle of politics. You have to understand what politics is, the hustle. That's what these people are doing. These people are professional politicians. They're not real activists. They're fucking liars. And anybody can challenge me on that. Yes, Hawkins is a scam. All right. So, Andrea Mierda, or we can say Mierda. Andrea Mierda. I know my Spanish is not great right now. Now that Mierda says she may be giving the $8,000 she overspent back to the district, I think it's worth looking at just what she was spending that money on. This is fun. This is a good one because this was from 2011, less than 10 years ago, and then she got kicked out of there and then came to the Green Party, and nobody fucking batted an eye. Nobody gives a fuck. Really? All right. I was pretty busy yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to look at the records and weigh in, but I got a chance to take a look this afternoon. It's pretty astounding. So this is a school board, right? beyond the absurd $4,000 that she spent eating out. For perspective, that's $11 in meals a day, except that she was dropping $60 a meal at fancy places like Euclid Hall. Here's a quick look at the stuff that caught my eye. Business expenses. As Ed News reported, Mierda paid for a fax service at $10 a month. It's fairly unclear why this was thought to be necessary and whether she was receiving substantial faxes. Why? Well, probably because on her website, she doesn't list a fax number that constituents can contact her at. Okay? So what was she using this fax number for? Not to mention, why did she get the premium plan? Also, what is the advantage, and why did she spend $34.95 with them? Avangate? What is that? From what I can tell, it's some sort of software sales company. What did this have to do with community outreach? And this is something you guys need to look at too. Go look at Howie Hawkins FEC shit. We should go look at that. In fact, we'll pull that up next, and we'll look at all the shitty stuff that the waste of money. The waste of money. So where we at? From what I can tell, software. Further, she listed a number of other expenses I find suspicious. For instance, she billed the district for 2 separate charges to GoDaddy and a charge to Campaign Monitor, which does web marketing stuff. Given the proximity of these charges to her job, I think there's reason to be concerned. Finally, she registered for a Vimeo Plus account for $60. It's hard to tell why she's using public money for it, as it's mostly being used to tout outside political groups to launch various attacks. And she definitely hasn't got our money's worth. She isn't doing anything on it, and you can't do that you can't do on a free version, basically. Crazy. She's spending. This is great. Great, but also bad. Great that it's so clear that she's so corrupt, but not good that she's is destroying the Green Party. Mierda incurred charges for $14.95 every single month on the 20th of the month for Audible, New Jersey, from November 2010 through the end of this credit card report period that we have available. As was pointed out in the other thread, according to Audible's website, $14.95 is the same amount as a gold subscription to their audiobook service. It's really unclear what Mierda needed an audiobook subscription for that. For that would be related to her job. Barnes & Noble books. Mierda spent hundreds of dollars on books at Barnes & Noble's, $452.32 according to Ed News, including their online store. As another commenter mentioned, records of which books she bought online should still be available to her, and she should disclose them to prove they were relevant to a position, as she claimed. Telephone issues. According to a report from the Denver paper, she had a cell phone bill of $2,134.04. However that fucking happened. It seemed to me that it's a little bigger than a one-person standard plan annually. Sounds more like a small family plan or something like that. What kind of plan is that she billing the DPS for? Additionally, it's mentioned that she had a Vonage landline installed. On her website contact page, she lists her cell phone number. If that's the number she was using for constituent services and billing the district for, then why did she need a separate Vonage landline at the cost of $410? See, this is the hustle. This is how they do it. Flowers for Jeannie Kaplan's B-Day. Ed News got this wrong. They misread her handwriting. It says flowers for Kaplan B-Day, not baby. But that raises further questions. Why did we pay $61.54 for a floor arrangement for Jeannie Kaplan? Tech supplies. Oh, you guys didn't see that. Tech supplies. Mierda appears to have bought a camera, $200 Anthony camera, and made big payments to T-Mobile, $205 for a new phone apparently, and something called a laptop power. Why is the district buying this small stuff for her? Wanton fiscal irresponsibility. Mierda racked up a lot of interest and late charges by carrying such a large balance on her credit card, which is further evidence of what many have suggested have suggested she shouldn't be allowed anywhere near a budget. Think about that. Nobody that's even tied to the Green Party is saying that Mierda should not even be anywhere near a budget. By the end of it, she racked up $62.74 in unnecessary interest fees charges and $30 in credit card fees, including late fees. The money that was just straight up wasted. She didn't even get Wendy's with it. Denver taxis and car rentals. There are a number of charges on there that I thought were strange or curious for taxis and car rentals in Denver. One big reason they are strange is that they were juxtaposed with her charging the district for parking her car. I don't know what the deal is with that because I don't know what her car situation is, but it seems strange. Anyways, these are a few things that I noticed with her credit card statements that seem particularly shocking. The whole Andrea Mierda ride has been a massive distraction from the serious business of what the school should be doing, educating our kids. It's time for her to resign and put an end to this ugly soap opera. The fact that she got caught and is now giving back the money simply isn't enough. She should never have been spending it on the stuff in the first place. It is common sense to know that you shouldn't be billing the district for business expenses, your audible account, etc. So, I mean, this. I mean, are we serious? Are we serious? Andrea? Think about that. This was in 2011. Now, I'm all for redemption. But you saw the first letter, right? What was going down in Colorado right after she joined the party. She destroyed that, consolidated this power, against the values. And then now again 2020 and she's, doing her suspect shit with the nomination process. The voting. More election rigging. Could somebody please tag the Department of Justice? Who do we need to fucking tag to say, hey, this woman needs to seriously be investigated? Seriously, I mean, there's tons of evidence here of election fraud of this whole thing, and especially because it started. Remember, it started well with this. When did it start? Who knows when this started? This season, what I was brought into it is when she publicly, as all these positions, publicly said she was going to help load up with Brendan Phillips, our ballot access coordinator, now to load up the PCSC, and we should put rational people in there. So, and now that you've look, you could see how things have progressed and how things have taken place. You could see that is clearly showing that this was planned out. Clearly, and that was 2018. People think it was from 2019, but it was 2018. So this shit's been going on. So let me see if I can find that. I mean, I know I can find it. I'm just I don't understand why anyone would allow such things. But I mean, look, it's funny. It's how this cult of personality thing works, and there's a big problem within the Green Party of how these people, real problem with how people just get rank and file. They get on board. Just look how nasty some of these people are that are around her. Just nasty. They treat people like shit. They always have an excuse for everything. There's no accountability. And I'm sorry. I mean, there's some good people in the party, but goddamn, you're quiet. I mean, this fucking woman is destroying the party, and you guys are so afraid that people are gonna know it's being destroyed. That what? It's being destroyed. It's just getting destroyed. Look at what's happening now because you guys I've allowed this toxic and corrupt centralized group. And so it's not just her. Again, that's what I'm saying. Like, she's being rewarded because she's working with these other people. Anita Rios, you got Rich Whitney, you got Chris Blankenhorn, you got Tony Ndege, Michael Trudeau. I mean, these people are fucking corrupt. They're corrupt. I'm sorry. You're corrupt. You're corrupt. I'm tired. I'm tired of I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of the bullshit. I am. Let me find this. Just saw a message. How can we stop these people? I mean, it's just applying pressure. We have to apply pressure. That's the key, is to apply pressure. Continue applying pressure. Continue applying pressure. Let me see my photos, because I put it in here. If you guys want to check some of this stuff out, it's all over my Twitter. It's all over my Facebook. I've been sharing this stuff so you guys can really see it. Let me put this back in here. All right. I don't know if you guys can see that. You have to zoom in or not. But so looks like July 17th of 2018, James Young wrote a letter to the Green Party Power Group, trying to start this whole thing about drafting Jesse Ventura then. And I was a part of that group with William Pounds, and we started having these discussions. Everything we're talking about now that the party needs to do, it's the same thing I was saying, same thing James, the same thing William's saying. These are the conversations that we were having about the positives of bringing Jesse Ventura into, having him as a nominee, at least running in the process. And it was, when they released this, it was mind-blowing to see how toxic and how ugly these people were and how shitty they were. I mean, the Venturians know, because as soon as you guys came to the party, you were met with this wing of just, I mean, shitty people that think that there's something because what? Because you don't, it doesn't matter. It's like some of these things that they know, I could go on fucking YouTube and figure out myself. Like Aaron Fox, nothing that Aaron Fox can do, that I can't go on fucking YouTube and figure out. Nothing that Brendan Phillips, that I can't fucking use Google and figure out. That's the thing. These people are so shitty at what they do, but they think that they're God's gift to fucking political parties because they're in these positions. And that's the thing. It's these small people that makes them fucking feel big to be this big fish in a small pond. So let's read this. So, and let me see if I probably can see if I can find the actual initial email. But basically, it was about Ventura. So, a few days later, on July 23rd, Andrea said, "For the record, I think the idea of having this person on our GP presidential ticket is asinine, and I will oppose any move to try to get him considered as a candidate for nomination." First of all, before I fucking cuss her out, you don't get to make that choice. She doesn't get to make that fucking choice. You don't get to make that fucking choice. But see how cocky and full of herself she is. So this is what William, he screenshotted it. So Brendan Hobbs Phillips, which is now our ballot access coordinator and is paid on Hawkins Campaign. So this whole time, this whole primary season, he's been working on getting Howie Hawkins independent ballot lines, getting paid to do that, while he's ignoring working on getting the Green Party ballot lines. And those independent ballot lines, because we only have 20-something ballot lines, right? So understand that. If we only have 20-something ballot lines, and then you're getting independent ballot lines, if you say, okay, well, if Hawkins says, "Oh, I'm going to be on all the ballots," you're running as Green under all those ballots, right? That's what you're saying. Even if it's only the Green Party on has the ballot access, you're still representing the Green Party under those independent ballot lines. Well, Hawkins says that he will run against the party if he loses. So all those independent lines that he's gotten with our resources are going to be for the SPUSA. So this is they try to lie about it, they try to ignore it, they try to act fucking dumb, and they are dumb. They are dumb. And if you're following along with them, if you think that Hawkins and Andrea and Margaret Flowers and Kevin Zeese and all these people are really people with integrity, you guys fucking missed the point. I'm sorry. So anyways, let me finish this. So Brenda Hobbs Phillips says, time to load up, I guess. Time to load up. Punch them California Greens in the throat, whoever Kim Marie Torres is. To be fair, it's a dude from California, Oregon, and Michigan. Oh, hell no, Brendan Phillips, fucking cornball. Isn't this the most asinine thing you've ever heard in your life? What the hell are these people thinking? Well, stupid G.I. Joe bullshit. Apparently. Better get some rational people appointed to the PCSC. Does appointment to the PCSC work the same as the other committees? I really wish William would have got more of this, because this is so goddamn beautiful to have this, because this right here shows that they intended to load up the PCSC. Think about that. Better get some rational people appointed to the PCSC. What does that mean? What does that mean? You know what that means? Yeah, you know exactly what that means. That means get people that will do and say and go along with them. Not someone that is neutral, not someone that cares about the responsibility of that role, of that committee, of that position. No, we need to make sure we get rational people in there. That's the way these people think, right? So now we look at, so let me just say this like this. So, now we can look at what she's done in Colorado and see that this is a pattern of how they do it, right? They're consolidating this power in order to be controlling the reins of the party. And they're trying to destroy it, right? They're trying to destroy it. So it's the same behavior as the DNC. It's no fucking different. But so now this guy is our ballot access coordinator. She's on all these committees. Dirty. So, so let's take a quick break here for a second, and let's laugh. Let's have a good time, because lately I've been working on these. I've been working on these. On some memes of her. Where are we at? So who is that? Okay. Well, there's Michael O'Neill. That's his. Michael O'Neill getting paid for media work, video, advertising, right? And now he's our communications director, promoting the eco-socialism event, promoting, are you... so you guys could go find all this shit on here, right? These are some good questions here. If you guys get a chance, just ask yourself some of these fucking questions. They're on there. I just want to find this one right here. This one makes me so happy. This is one I used today, but I just think it's fucking hilarious. Hilarious. The Wicked Witch of the Green Party. That's the fucking truth. That's the fucking truth. That's the fucking truth, right? That's what you got right there. That's what you got there. And it will be brokered. See, here's the thing, too, with Mr. Dario, Mr. Do Nothing Dario. This is from May 30th right here. May 30th. And what he just now had something to say, right? Oh. Would have made more sense for him to jump on before, right? Right? This goes to show. Look at here. This guy's on the PCSC, right? PCSC. He's an Ohio co-chair. This was in December. I know it's off topic, but the PCSC was loaded up. So let's see let's look at some of those people. So I mean, from 12/8 in 2019, why would you say the results of this poll reinforce who's viable within the Green Party itself, never mind the general election? Are you fucking kidding me? This guy, first of all, this guy looks like he should be modeling for Hot Topic and a corny Hot Topic. These guys fucking kill me. These guys fucking kill me. The ones that think that they're so hip. It blows my mind, and they're just fucking posers. But I mean, think about it. So this guy, he's a co-chair. He's on the PCSC. He's sharing this shit out. One person, one vote. I had this. See, what happened was I did this poll in the official Green Party discussion page, and it had a bunch of comments on it. So when you have a bunch of comments on it, it keeps it at the top of the page, and that's what pisses them off the most, right? Because they want to keep their conversation going. They want to keep it a Hawkins echo chamber with all this kind of stuff. So they got really pissed about it because it was up there at the top and people kept seeing it. And basically nobody fucking is involved in the primary. Nobody's involved in the primary. Less than 15,000 people. Hawkins barely got 5,000 votes. He's been in the game 50 fucking years. And he can't pull more than 5,000 people. It's in 200,000 raised. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. We're gonna look up Hawkins is what they've spent the money on. It's so bad, so bad. Anyway, so David Lane, so somebody else they're gonna be voting for me, and then they go in there and start talking shit, bullying, right? I mean, you're a co-chair. You're on the fucking PCSC. That's just the way it is. That's the way it is, which is fine. I'm happy. I'm happy that people are starting to see what's going on because, I'm newer to the party. So as soon as I came in, I realized from a vantage point, because I didn't have all these long-term relationships with these people, that, I mean, it's a slush fund. These people, it's a little fucking echo chamber, little club, and they're corrupt. I thought they were toxic. I thought it was just toxic, and people just think that they own shit. But I didn't realize how they were committing fraud, election fraud, by using the party to fund things, using the resources to grow their own their own organizations, their outside stuff. I had no idea. I mean, I voted for Jill Stein in 2016. And just by the way, where's Jill Stein? Where is Jill Stein? Can somebody put a picture of Jill Stein on a fucking milk carton and say missing from being a leader in the Green Party? Same thing with the Jamu. Can we say missing? Can we find these? Where's the leader? Where's the person that actually said that they were gonna? There's a point. They're not. They don't want to. They don't care. They're fucking career candidates. They're professional politicians. Jill Stein is a fucking multimillionaire. Her pockets are not hurting. This is good for her. This is how they raise money. This is the whole thing. This is about their reputation. It's about their resume. This is how they do it. I mean, and it's all coward shit. It's all coward shit. Let me see if I can find this. FEC. Yeah. Oh, you guys, so we watching or looking at that that article from 2011 where she's spending all this money on bullshit and things you don't need, right? So, I mean that's something to really, really look at. Really, really look at. Let's see what we got going on. Just checking the comments. Anybody? Appreciate that. Appreciate the love. I mean, part of it is just, again, it's calling these people out, applying pressure. Okay, so the narrative, is everything. That's what they need. It's just like the establishment, right? They need to control that because their reputation is everything. That's how they keep everything going. So you have to seriously poke holes in their false narrative and their lies and just completely destroy their whole reputation. Well, let's do it like this. Let's reveal their true reputation, their true person. That's the key. That's the big thing. Let me share. Howie fucking Hawkins. Like he's so fucking corny. So remember, I need to find that screenshot too. I guess Andrea today is even again. She's saying that what she's done is organize and you're organizing. You're not organized. You're rigging something. You're committing fraud. You're rigging the primary. So I'd have to read the exact thing that she said. You can kind of see what's going on here. So this is Howie Hawkins here. Let me get this all straight so it looks a little better here. There we go. There we go. So just look at this. I mean, it's like, look at all the people that pay. No, I mean, of course, Angela Walker's not going to give up her little paycheck. That's why she has to block everybody. Because she doesn't have the skin. She shouldn't even be in politics. She shouldn't even be in this game. Anybody who has to block somebody like that is a fucking coward. Hawkins is a coward. Angela's a coward. Andrea is a coward. These people are cowards because they can't face the fucking truth, and they know that. They know that. And anybody that fucking is second to Hawkins, it says what it says. You're second to Hawkins. Green geeks. Like, I mean, it blows my mind what these people need in order to the waste of money. We'll get to it in here in a second. Somebody had brought it up as about what's being spent on, right? Phone banking contractors. If anybody sees anything that's really fucking weird or anything, let's know. Of course, on Andreas, she's paying herself, but we don't know how they're doing all these different things too. Remember, what we saw in what happened in Colorado with the school board is that she's paying for all these different things. What we don't know is on the back end how it's working. You know what I mean? If she's paying for this thing so she could, we don't know. And some of these businesses could be people that they know, could be a way to funnel and run money. It's however. Here's the thing. I mean, they're charging $100 per person to go to a fucking Zoom call. What a fucking joke. What a fucking joke. Okay, Gagglers, Christia's Shelter, not reported, Upwork, email copywriting, Adobe. Like, blows my mind. Like, they waste. Here's the thing: he could barely win a fucking rigged primary, and they're just wasting money, wasting money on shit. So phone banking, they spend money on phone banking, which is a fucking waste of goddamn time. You got the internet, but whatever. You do your thing. You do you. Facebook advertising. Look at there. Email marketing. Renegade public affairs. What text banking service? $1,600. See, where are they getting? They get a contact list. See, this is the hustle, right? This is why the party's resources are so important, and that people. I know they dismiss it, but we have emails, we have lists, we have all sorts of things that people that our party uses they go directly to when they're trying to raise money. And we saw how they raised money from Gravel's campaign when those kids sent out an email to raise money. So ballot access petitioning gathering, Upwork. So yeah, there's Ashley Frame right there. Ashley Frame, assistant to the VP. She was on the PCSC up until what, March? I mean, the damage has already been done. All just like, are you kidding me? Like, people act like, oh well, they didn't get paid till she got off the thing, as if that changes the fucking conflict of interest, especially with everything that's gone on. But still, I mean, it's funny how that works. Amazon, Gagglers, they spend a lot of money on this phone banking. A lot of money on phone banking. You know, they could spend, and they could say, "Well, you didn't, I don't have to file because I haven't raised or spent $5,000. I'm doing really, really low. That's the whole point. That was the whole point of one of my things I wanted to show is that we can do a lot of stuff with barely spending anything. Most of it has to do with the energy of people anyways. If you're not getting people engaged and excited in the process, you're not doing shit anyway. So this so Zoom, where's this at? So Shutterstock. I saw some stuff where she had a bunch of Zoom subscriptions they were talking about. I just don't know where it's at right here. Alex Noyle, he's one of the lap dogs for the Hawkins. You'll see him running around too, talking shit, which makes sense that he does that because he's getting paid. Look, Zoom, like, do you really need to spend that much on Zoom? Like, how many Zoom subscriptions do you need? Not reported, not reported. Look, candidate headshots. This makes me laugh. Look at that. They spent fucking $775 on candidate headshots, and did you guys see that? Have you seen them? They spent $775 to a fucking photography studio to get to for it to look like it was a shitty glamour shots. I mean, the amount of filter on the newest picture of Hawkins is worse than any girl on Instagram right now. Which I'm glad that they finally changed the picture because the one picture he had the crooked tie. Because you can still see it in a lot of stuff. Does that not bother them? Did not? See, here's the thing: they do this shit on purpose. They do this shit on purpose. They got to. I don't know. I mean, we can go into all this. Oh, and who's in Maryland? There we go. Let's look at that. So Maryland is the state where Margaret Flowers is, Kevin Zeese. They're giving to the Green Party ballot access legal fund. Yay. Ballot access petitioning. See, all you have to fucking do is pay somebody here and get a kickback. I'm not saying that's what they did. I'm saying that's all you have to fucking do. I mean, that's all you have to do. $2,000. I thought you were doing good. If you had a strong ass candidate, you wouldn't have to pay somebody that much money. Yeah. Donor box. Come on, payment like these people, like, just a waste of goddamn money. So I don't know who Rose Seaman is, but she's been getting paid a lot. Of course, Angela Walker. There's Kevin Zeese right there. Kevin Zeese. He's on payroll. So that's the thing. That's the hustle, right? These people, they play ball, you get in line, and then once we win the nomination, we'll pay you there too. I mean, that's the whole thing. And Robert Smith, he's another one of the lap dogs. Media coordinator consultant, April. Like, all it takes, look, there's Chris Blankenhorn right there. Chris Blankenhorn is getting fucking paid. Chris Blankenhorn's the vice chair of the Young Eco-Socialist, and he's the one who was saying all this shit. Oh, Ventura can't get these things because they didn't pay their money, and they're because I guess the kids didn't pay their money or their dues, and that's what they were talking about that's what Gary Swing was talking about, that you cost money to have to vote. You're not supposed to do that. Candidate stipend. So Hawkins got him $1,000. Research ballot access researcher consultant Brendan Phillips. Look, I mean, come on. It's like let's just put out a bunch of money. I mean, Brendan Phillips is the fucking ballot access coordinator for the party. He should have every single piece of information needed. In fact, if the party were smart, we would have every single piece of information needed online, right on the same page. And it could be, but then I mean, there's just so much. Oh, look at there. There's David Schwab. Look at David Schwab. We're gonna go look up David Schwab. I want you to see all the things that David Schwab is paid on. He is someone you got to look out for. He's one of the insiders. He's connected to the Stein wing. He's also getting paid, I believe, on Lisa Savage's thing. They're sharing that, and of course, David Duning's on that too. We can find that. I mean, come on, these people. Kevin Zeese, press secretary. Like, what the fuck is he doing? I mean, you spend the money how you want. Spend it how you want. Matching funds project manager. And that's just what it is. It's just a hustle. Just a hustle. Campaign stuff. She paid herself $1,500 in April. Look at that. More Brendan Phillips, ballot access. No wonder why the party's not getting any ballot access. You get that? Our ballot access coordinator is getting paid thousands of dollars on the Hawkins campaign, which basically takes him out of the loop for any of us to talk to. He's a fucking asshole. First of all, he looks like he's trying to be a culture vulture of the Amish community with his look. You know, not that means anything, but I just like to point out he's a cornball. Just point out he's a cornball. I'm curious as what music licensing they used, what song they picked. That'd be funny. I wonder if Howie Hawkins does listen to music. What do you think's Howie Hawkins' favorite song? Anybody put something in there? Yeah, all that money to phone bank to get 5,000 votes. Right. Wow. More Chris Blankenhorn. And he's the one that acknowledged that there's a group of insiders. Well, he said that we came up with the plan. We didn't have a candidate, but we had a plan. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. More David Schwab money. So David Schwab, David Dunin, all these people. Refund a cash contribution. You guys should ask for your refunds for the Howie Hawkins. Loan repayment. See, look, Adobe Creative Cloud. See, here's the thing. Like I have Adobe Creative Cloud. I've had it for years. $60 a month, and you have access to every single thing, right? Every single thing. So for $100, you can pay $100 a month and have a bunch of users. I get 2 users on it, or 2 computers on it. I think you can only do it one at a time. But like Adobe Creative Cloud, $260. Like it's just like it's like what they're doing is they're paying more for shit, and then just whatever they're doing. Somehow they're getting. We just don't know. We can't see that part, but you can see the wasteful spending. Michael Trudeau, he's the vice chair of North Carolina. He's a little dickhead too. And we've got screenshots of him talking about acknowledging their whole purpose of getting Hawkins on the independent lines because there's too many signatures that we need for ballot access for the parties. But there's the whole thing is if you don't think you can get it, then why? Whatever. We don't have to talk about it right now. But the point is just clear. It's clear these people don't want to win. Refund lodging not reported. Not reported. I mean, look how much fucking money they've been spending. I mean, we're still in fucking April. Still in April. Facebook advertising, donor box. And I mean, come on. And has their streams, think about it, has their streams been that good? No. Not at all. Huh, funny. I just paid Zoom $32. Um, message pay. Accurate contact list pending software. Michael Trudeau. Campaign manager. All right. I mean, rent a car. Like these people, it's like Facebook, American Airlines. All right. I mean, you get it. You get it. $3, $3. All right. I mean, you get that shit. You get that shit. Now, I mean, this woman has zero concern with what's going on, with what's been happening. In fact, she's really proud of it. Let me find this. Let me show this real quick. Since we're here, pull this up. Because I think it's important you guys see you guys see this or whatnot. Let's just look at here. This. All right. All right, here we go. All right. So Chris Blankenhorn, right? We saw him getting paid. So Chris, vice chair of the Young Eagle Socialism Hawkins Campaign staff. Listen to what he says when he introduced the Hawkins thing.
My name is Chris Blankenhorn. I'm a member, one of the original members of the Howie Hawkins 2020 campaign team. I'll say we actually started out by drafting a campaign plan that we thought was what the party needed in 2020. We didn't have a candidate. We had a plan. We found the candidate we thought best served that plan.
You hear that? A candidate to best serve that plan. So they made a fucking plan, and that's what the people that did this draft Howie thing, the same people that are making decisions from his.
My name is Chris Blankenhorn. I'm a member, one of the original members of the Howie Hawkins 2020 campaign team. I'll say we actually started out by drafting a campaign plan that we thought was what the party needed in 2020. We didn't have a candidate. We had a plan. We found the candidate we thought best served that plan.
And here we go. I put this out in December, right? December 15th is when I originally put this out. And I had been working on a bunch of stuff. But, I mean, where the fuck was Dario, right? I mean, it's not like I haven't been sharing this stuff. It's not like people shouldn't know what's going on, right? But somehow they don't. All right, so let's...
And here I am running for the Green Party nomination for president, which wasn't my idea. A bunch of people drafted me. So I just like to say it's not just me out here, it's a collective leadership. It's a group that's diverse in terms of race and gender and geography and sexual orientation and age.
I mean, you guys, let's just do it like this. Howie Hawkins launch. Here we go. So so here's you go straight to it, right? Straight to it. First of all, did you guys see that? Look, you guys see it? You guys see it? When I put it, you can't see it, but look at the crooked tie. The whole thing. Anybody these motherfuckers, they act like other candidates aren't serious or this or that. But I mean, this guy's been in the game for 50 years, and I mean, look, you got a fucking crooked ass tie in all your promo shit. That's not to say my promo shit's the best, but goddamn, if I've been doing this for 50 years and I'm a professional fucking politician and a career candidate, I'd at least fucking look the part, you know. If I wanted to play that fucking high school game. So look, I mean, he had it the whole
The
day.
exploratory phase is over,
nobody say
and I've
anything?
decided to seek the Green nomination for President of the United States.
5 people clapping. 50 years in the game.
And I've decided to run because so many people have urged me to and have shown support. And I'm not out here by myself. I'm out here as part of a collective leadership. Andrea is one of them. There are 2 other co-chairs of the Green Party, Tony Ndege and Margaret Flowers, who are.
See? I mean, he says it in his fucking intro. Those same people that drafted his campaign selected him. He's out there on behalf of them. So, I mean, no wonder why they wanted to load up the PCSC. No wonder why, because they want to put their fucking candidate, their half-wit Howie candidate, and he's a half-wit. He's got to be. I'm sorry to be like that, but goddamn. I mean, nobody fucking believes their shit that much without having a fucking few screws loose. Seriously. I mean, you can't be. I'm sorry. Sorry, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So, I mean, what a waste. What a waste. This whole fucking primary season. What a waste. We could have been really growing the party. We could have been really engaging. We could have been helping not just us, but helping educate people on how to run, how to be better, how to perfect this process. We should have a packet that you want to run for the Green Party. Boom, here's your packet. We're going to appoint you someone. They're going to help you. We're going to walk you through all the steps. And every state, every single that piece of the process is already mapped out for you to make it easy. That's what the party should be doing. Oh, you're going to come do your work. What the fuck is the point of having a party if you're not going to pull together your resources? And part of the resources is just knowing the name of the game. So, but that doesn't mean I can't go fucking Google it. It means that we have to go Google it and go find this, do that, when it's something that the party should be taking care of. That's what the PCSC should have been taking care of. Helping us organize things, connecting the states for debates, connecting all these things, letting us know when the primaries are. I mean, it's a frustrating state of affairs. I think I mapped it out a little bit. It is what it is. It is what it is. So this woman's corrupt. And their little cabal is corrupt. And they're organizing to make sure everything goes through them. They make the decisions. They decide who is and what, all up and down the board. I mean, how many examples do we need? I didn't even go in. Let me just while we're here, and then we'll go ahead and cut it out because I know I've been going for a while now, and this is a lot of stuff to talk about. Somebody that is trash, but let me just do this. All right, so you can go to restoregreenvalues.org. There we go. The Green Party of Colorado has been hijacked. I mean, they got their own fucking website for this shit. I mean, outline of violations, summary of appeal, bylaw proposals, cool. I mean, all this should say outline of violations. Let's look at this real quick, and then we'll just. The grievance against Andrea Mierda and two co-conspirators filed with the Green Party of the U.S. on June 14, 2017 by the Caucus to Restore Green Values contains 15 complaints of actions as co-chairs of the Green Party of Colorado, namely as of the time the complaint was filed, Andrea has approved of a conspiracy to rig the election of officers, including Ms. Mierda at the upcoming state meeting, consisting of an elaborate scheme to pack the annual meeting with temporary greens, combined with a change in bylaws required 90-day pre-registration and only 2 weeks for others to recruit candidates or new members, in violation of social values, honesty, and fair play. And remember, this is what they're trying to do now with the steering committee. They're trying to give the steering committee full power to appoint national delegates, rather than having the national co-chairs vote on it too. National advocated violence as a method of dealing with opposing viewpoints and in violation of the key non-violence. Appointed herself to fill every position that has recently fallen vacant while ignoring volunteers for these positions. This is a big thing. In violation of the key value decentralization, which calls for restructuring of social, political, and economic institutions away from a system controlled by and mostly benefiting the powerful few. In violation of the grassroots democracy, which calls on us to improve public participation in every aspect of government and expand the process of participatory democracy. In violation of Colorado Procedures and Guidelines 3.7. Removed her co-chair under questionable circumstances using false pretenses in violation of the Green Party Colorado bylaw. Violated state bylaws, state council procedures and guidelines in violation of social values, ethics, rule of law. Delayed, edited, and obstructed proposals that were contrary to her wishes in violation of the key values grassroots democracy, which calls on us to improve public participation on every aspect of the government and expand the process. Did I not just read this? In violation of the decentralization, which calls it restructuring social. Okay, it's the same thing pretty much. Antagonize Green candidates running for state and federal office in violation of the political goal and ability of the party. Contributed to a deep schism within the party in violation of the political goal of building the party. Failed to support and actively reject, oppose admission of supporters. Rejected and opposed admission of supporters of Senator Bernie Sanders, which is funny that they're so trying to pander to them, who are moving or attempting to move to the Green Party in violation of the personal and global responsibility which calls us to join with people and organizations around the world to foster peace, economic justice, and the health of the planet, in violation of the grassroots democracy which calls to improve the public participation. Made irresponsible, unsupportable accusations of sexism, racism, and white supremacy within the Colorado Party, in violation of the value of feminism and gender equity, which calls for cooperative ways of interacting, in violation of the respect for diversity, which calls for development of respectful relationships. And that's the thing too. I was talking about that earlier too. Like that is a typical thing that Andrea uses. They try to go, oh, you're coming at a woman of color. A Latin woman, whatever. That's what they tend to like to go to that, and you just have to break through it and say, I'm calling you out on your behavior. You don't get to hide behind you being a woman or you being Latina because you don't get to hide your behavior because of that. So that's something that she does try to do a lot, and a lot of those people try to do, but it's easy to break through that if you guys know how to. If you you just don't be afraid to call somebody out for the bullshit. And we see a lot of identity politic waving from even other presidential candidates. Made unorthodox interpretation of rules to suppress dissent and benefit her own agenda in violation of social values, honesty, fair play, and no abuse of power. Ghost-written proposals were later presented as grassroots proposals made by local chapters in violation. Decentralization posted comments suggesting that people of color, working class, are the only true believers of progressive politics. Another violation. Elevated values of social justice and feminism of other party values in the bylaws of two local chapters and twisted them into anti-racism and anti-white male supremacy in violation of the key value. Dismissed the March for Science financial irresponsibility. Campaign filings show that profited over $5,000 as campaign manager while leaving the campaign almost $4,000 in debt. I mean, come on. I mean, this is just they really went deep in all this kind of stuff. So, all right. Well, is anyone have any questions or have any comments? I know there's a lot of shit that's been going on lately, and I wish that I had taken a screenshot of it, but there was a good one. There was a good one. All right. Oh, okay. You see, hey, now I smell my own. Howie Hawkins needs to be given some uppers. Yeah, maybe. He's been spending too much time huffing paint. Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, that's the thing is the identity politics it's good to have the discussion about it, but the way that it's being used is like it dismisses any kind of they try to use it to dismiss their behavior, any accountability. Oh, when is discussion? Oh, you guys want to go in on Brendan Hobbs Phillips? Yeah, we need to do a good solid thing on that. I just need to put together some more pieces. I mean, a lot of these things kind of go along together because I mean they're in this little group together. Yep, he does. Yeah, he is paid. Yep, Robert Smith. He was actually one that would give me a lot of shit early on. But again, some of these people are easy to just shut down. Like your Robert Austin and all that kind of stuff. Those guys they just have no fucking clue what's going on. No fucking clue. And I mean, but that's the whole point. I mean, they put people in position, in rank and file, and those people think that there's something special because this corrupt person that's in a position of power, is kissing their ass or whatever. I mean, it's ugly, and that's a problem with society, and we see that a lot with. I mean, establishment. We see how that works anyways. Is how people get in line and kiss ass and all. We see it. I see it. All right, let me see what everybody else says. What we got going on. On YouTube chat here. On the Dario dossier. Are you talking about the one that the talking points? Or are you talking about on just everything that Dario's been involved in throughout this process? Because I did one the other day about the bullshit in the party, and I played a couple of things about Dario just to show his complicity throughout this process until recently. All of a sudden, he doesn't like the corruption when he loses. Yeah, we do need to do a Mierda's fact sheet. Absolutely. What we got here? What we got going on? Yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, all it takes is. I mean, kickbacks is a real thing. That's the hustle, right? You say, okay, you pay me $200. I'll pay you $2,000, but you give me back $500. That kind of thing. That's how the shit works. That's the hustle. I'm not saying that's exactly how they're doing it, but that's how you would do it. I mean, it's not that difficult to hustle the whole system if that's what you want to do. If that's what you want to do. Andrea must be. I think she is a DNC plant. I mean, there's a lot of people that want to. Let me see if I can find this. I should put it out there because I have this recent audio of Justin Beth, right? I've got this video of Justin Beth, because he got caught. He called me at 5 o'clock in the morning. I know this is not talking about Andrea, but he actually does call out Andrea. So let me see if I can find this. This would be really good. Because here's the thing with Justin Beth. Justin Beth is a snake, and you guys have to watch out with him because he'll try to buddy up. And the way that manipulators do is they're going to try to sing your praises, try and do things for you and make you feel comfortable, and then they're going to pick your brain, and then I mean that's how they do it. These people are masters at doing this. Except the thing with Justin Beth, he's just for me it was so easy catching on. So easy catching on. Fucking what a douchebag. A douchebag. That's a nice way of saying some things. Let me see if I can find this video content. I'm telling you, these people don't realize I've got all sorts of shit that I've been working on. Let me see if I can find this shit. It was supposed to be the PCS. All right, let's see if that works. Let me see if this works. Nope, that's not it. I don't know why this doesn't do that for some reason this month. Oh, I wasn't prepared for this. But this will be a really good thing if we can get. I think you guys will really enjoy this. I think you really will. Display capture. Motherfucker. See, I'm not paying thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars doing shit work. I'm just doing the shit work myself. Right? Sorry, y'all. This is a good window capture. I don't know what is that. I can't do it. It's not working. That's all right. That's all right. I'll do that separate. You know, in fact, let's do it that way. I'll do a separate Justin Beth. Or let me see. Well, you might be able to hear the audio. Absolutely.
Okay, well, let's try to do that. Can we do another conversation?
Sure. Okay. Well, I mean, that's fine. I just want you to think about what accountability needs to look like, because there is no moving forward until we see some of these people removed, including Margaret Flowers needs to step down. All these people need to be. Listen, understand. Let me just make this point. This is what I want to happen. As far as what I see accountability, some of these people need to be prevented from holding any official position, run as a candidate under the Green Party banner for at least a couple cycles. When you these people need to be removed. Andrea, you're talking about John Andrews, all these people. I know Nathaniel Lane's already stepping down. Of course, Anita Rios. All these people. Either we have integrity and people have some sort of that's what I'm saying. Or once this stuff really hits the fan, because they're going to use it, and rightfully so, they have every right to use it. The shit show that's being created by these people that think they own the party. You know, like there's got to be some accountability. There's got to be.
So, it's my hope that if Jesse Ventura does actually win the nomination, right, and it's going to be tough. right? If he actually does or not. But I'm hoping that a lot of people will leave the party on their own accord, right? The Hawkins Campaign I'm talking about, right? I could see them doing that, right? And running with the Socialist Party, right? And we'd say, see you, Margaret, see you, Kevin, see you, Andrea. We don't need you, right? That's kind of what the best thing I can hope for right now is that they'll walk. To be honest, I'd love to see that happen.
See that? Do you hear that? That was his answer to it. So remember, this was right when Ventura started his this was in actually April 26th when I had this conversation. So do you hear? So you hear that how he said that? He said, "So I want Ventura, right? And Andrea out, right? Right? So these are qualifiers, right? See how I did that? Right. It qualifies what I'm saying. It qualifies what they're saying, as if it needs to, um, um, as if it needs to make it seem more believable. But I just want you to hear that again.
Kevin, see you, right? The nation, right?
By these people that think they own the party. Like there's got to be some accountability. There's got to be.
So, it's my hope that if Jesse Ventura does actually win the nomination, right, and it's going to be tough, right, if he actually does or not. But I'm hoping that a lot of people will leave the party on their own accord, right? The Hawkins Campaign I'm talking about, right? I could see them doing that, right, and running with the Socialist Party, right? And we'd say,
See, look,
see
you hear that?
See you, Margaret, see you, Kevin, see you, Andrea.
Did you hear that? Running with the Socialist Party. So he acknowledges that it's another fucking party, but then like publicly he tries to ignore and dismiss that it is a public party. So there's the point. If you're really against Andrea, if you're really against this fucking faction, why haven't you done anything from your position? What the fuck are you in the position for? Exactly. That's the whole point, is they're more concerned with keeping their hustle going than they are with getting Andrea out. Because if they push Andrea out this way directly, then it fucks up their whole hustle. That's why they don't go after Trump about the war crimes, right? Because if they go after see how you qualify that? They don't go after Trump because it would implicate them for doing the same thing.
We don't need you, right? That's kind of what the best thing I can hope for right now is that they'll walk. To be honest, I'd love to see that happen.
Well, I want them to be a poster child of what happens, because if we really want to make an impact, okay, I'm saying this from strategy wise, from running for president. If we really want to have an impact on the establishment and break down that two-party system and have people respect us as a party, they have to see that we are willing to hold people accountable. It can't just be, oh well, they left. No, and allow, because there's too many people that's been destroyed by Andrea in Colorado that
Agreed.
It blows my mind that that's even allowed, that there's been nothing where
there's a lot of people that want to see her go, right? And it's just right now, so I think it's, your critiques on Andrea and Margaret and Kevin Z's, I think your critiques on those people are absolutely valid, right? And I think your critiques, again, we might disagree completely on John Andrews and Anita Rios, but Ballot Access Committee, huge problems.
See that? Okay, so he's trying to cover for Anita Rios and trying to cover for John Andrews. John Andrews is the co-chair, and Anita Rios is the one that helped put on this whole thing for the eco-socialism event back in September. Like, all these people got together and did this. So that's the whole point. They're in it together, but it's two factions playing a two-candidate race. And that's why Dario hadn't said anything up until recently, because the Venturians came in and put so much attention on this corruption that he couldn't get away from it. I don't know what plan that they had or whatnot before, but it's.
Well, I mean,
the fact that we don't have a consistent, conflict of interest policy on a lot of our committees, that's a huge problem. And we need people on the national committee to help us out to actually get those things in place. Because right now we're kind of outnumbered, we actually do outnumber them, right? the Andrea wing of the party.
Right.
But it's like we're not as organized as we need to be to actually do that, right? To make that change. We need more organization on our side.
No, I mean, yes and no. Like, I mean, part of it has to do is speaking up and speaking out. And when you're on these committee positions, like on the PCSC, here's an ample opportunity to apply pressure based upon on the bylaws and the rules of the game. But instead, that's dismissed and ignored because they've stacked people on the PCSC. That was their goal. She said it in 2018 with Brendan Phillips, our ballot access coordinator. Time to load up the PCSC, and Brendan Phillips asked right there, does it work the same way? Go ahead.
Who would you point out to that's currently on the PCSC that is with the Hawkins campaign? And
Well, I mean, it's not about like necessarily people getting paid directly money. It's about putting people on there that tend to work your way, and then when you see and add up all these different things, you see that they're ignoring these rules and bylaws. I mean, it's clear.
So
go ahead.
There are some people that are trying to ignore the rules and bylaws, and they're trying to prevent Jesse Ventura from actually competing, right? And I think that's a problem. Like Nathan Lane, you mentioned, and I probably shouldn't mention some of these people because you're not really in the committee,
Right. Yeah. You don't have to go into all that.
So, but there are some people that are actually trying to prevent Jesse from running that are on the PCSC right now.
Well, that was the whole purpose. That was the whole purpose of that of Andrea's message. That whole thing, that conversation was because at that time I was involved with Greens about a Jesse Ventura run, and that's why she said to put somebody on the PCSC to prevent.
So again, I think there are some people again, I think Nathan Lane might be a Hawkins person, but it's like you can be for a particular camp and on the PCSC, you're just not allowed to debate about it. And actually, John Andrews had to send out an email internally saying, "Hey, this isn't appropriate for the PCSC and to lobby for a particular candidate." And they're not supposed to lobby for a particular candidate or against a particular candidate. These people were lobbying against Jesse.
After the damage already been done, even with me, that's what I'm saying. Like Nathan did that in December. Like, I mean, he voted about keeping me off the ballot in the debate stage in Ohio. So there's so many things here that I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
I agree that there's a lot of things here that need to be fixed, right? And I don't know if now's the time to do it or after this election. I mean,
see that I don't know if now's the time to do it or after. Like, see, this is how they do it. They try to push it off, and then that way they can say, well, next time it comes around, we'll fix it, because they don't want to stop the fucking flow of money right now because it's a fucking hustle.
To be honest, it's like, I mean, every day it's crazy the amount of shit that we deal with, right? But I want to work with you on fixing this. I think we can. I think we can get revenge on some of these people, which I love.
It's not about revenge. It's not about, because it's not about personal. This is not personal. I use my personal experience to explain, and it pisses me off because I'm tired of dealing with people like this. These people don't mean anything to me in that aspect, because if someone's going to value me off some bullshit, I don't have any respect for them anyways. This is about the party, and this is about being honest about the behavior and the attitude and the officials, the leadership of the party, and what they're doing to keep real energy out. Because where am I going to go? You know what I'm saying? I wanted to come and help the party. How can I come and help the party when I'm being treated like shit?
I want you to stay here, Chad. It's like, and I think we can work together. I think we can make some profound
audio proof of him lying. So he's a liar, and I have no respect for him. So, well, right there, just to say is. You should. Yeah. It's not about my position. You should be angry because this is a reflection on the party. You should be angry anyway. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. It's not. It's really not about me. It's about all the people that have way more value in this role or other roles that they could bring to the party, but they're not even allowed to, because you have people that are liars like John Andrew, and you can't deny that, because I have audio proof of him lying. So he's a liar, and I have no respect for him. So, anyways,
by the way, just one last thing, and I do have to go, and I know we don't exactly see eye to eye on John. I agree with you a lot about a lot of the other people, but the only reason why Jesse has a chance of getting through the PCSC right now is because of John. John is actually allowing, like he's actually defending Jesse.
So y'all listen to this real quick. This is the interesting part, because right now this is Justin Beth talking shit, because he's saying that John Andrews is allowing Jesse to run, and that he's the only one pushing for it. First of all, there's nothing that says that there's no rules that says that you have to come in with it at a certain time. It's about getting delegates, and obviously Ventura has delegates, and he's not even an active candidate. So it just shows you don't even need the fucking official recognition, and that the whole process is bullshit in the first place, and it's just a way to block the people that they don't like. But I was seeing in the comments too, the whole thing about Jesse Ventura and the Greens is Ventura's talked about it. He needs it's about the ballot lines, about ballot access. And the whole thing is understanding the Green Party, about the Green Party. It's about the values. It's about having something that everybody feels comfortable getting under, because of those values, because of the 4 pillars. And that's what I felt like that could really bring people together, because people need symbolism, and the Green Party symbolizes something. Even I mean, obviously it's not true, in practice, but this what it's supposed to mean is there.
Getting into the race against people like Nathan Lane and others.
well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, this whole thing is like, you don't. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. Like, there's no requirements. There's no deadline in order to join the race. None. Zero. So just the fact that there are certain things are even up for debate, or even put on there to even have to vote on, to allow, is so ridiculous. Like, there shouldn't even have to been a vote whether or not people are allowed to be on the debate stage. I mean,
I agree with that.
guys, like that.
I agree with that.
You're saying, hey, here, we're gonna pick and choose who or doesn't get to speak in front of the party. Like, so John doesn't get, when he says that, I mean, that doesn't mean anything to me. Like, good for him. Like, bottom line is that he's not following the procedure, and nobody gets to say anything anyways. You don't have to have any official recognition to win. You just need to be an active candidate, which is send your interest and file with the FCC, the basic stuff.
It's about getting delegates, right? I mean, you got to get delegates to win the nomination, right? So, and I agree with you. You don't have to be an officially recognized candidate to get delegates. And
the PCSC wasn't very clear on that either, because the recommendation about the whole. See, that's the whole thing right there. That's where the manipulation of what that recognized candidate is, and they've used it as a requirement, even to keep off the website. They've used it as a requirement to keep it off the website. So that's why you say, oh, here's recognized candidate versus active candidate. Like, what?
And so I agree that, like, the whole officially recognized candidate, active candidate, I think that needs to be better explained.
Not better explained. It's not about better explained. Just it's about why is it there? Why just because someone has name recognition, and by the way, is name recognition been for 50 years? And let me just explain this too.
We can help each other out, and again, it's like I know a lot of the things that are going on in the background, and I'm trying to get the best outcome. And again, I want to see your complaints and your perspective. I want to see that acknowledged, right? And I want to see from it some good results from it. And I want to work with you. I hope you understand that I'm right now truthful. And again, the conversation a little bit. You as a person, and I'm not just that's here to
look at lion.
What do you call it? Blanking here. I've been accused of whitewashing or whatever. No, I can't even think of it now.
Well, damage control is what I use. That's the word I use.
I am. That's true. Yeah. But, Chad, I right?
Gotcha.
This here, this right here is, I'm starting to stream it. Going, just checking the strings. Looked like it was having a little. All right, looks like we're back to good. Right? All right, all right. This is shit right here. The weird shit with.
If we get to meet somebody in public or and stuff, hug, can we hug out? I'm a very huggy person, and we need a lot. I don't want to deal well with you, man. I want to. I hear what you're saying, man, and want to have our complaints about.
Anyway, goddamn. All right, and having issues here. Goddamn. There we go. I think that's better, right? All right. Looks like messed up, so we'll just go ahead and go ahead and here, and we'll do some more Beth talking. Damn. All right. Well, if you guys can hear me, I don't know what's going on. It seems like it's messed up. I just want to thank you, and we'll just up from here. We'll do something more with. Well, okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.